Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to get started now, and then anyone can watch the recording if they trickle in a little bit later. So today we'll be covering our new and improved allocation features. There's lots of extended functionality here that our team's been working tirelessly on. We're really excited to share these new tools with you. They allow you to extend your allocation tools quite significantly. So today our agenda will overview just the general purpose of allocations, general overview of wishes as well, which is a core functionality in the allocations feature. And then we'll do a demo of the request to purchase more wish type, a demo of the commitment to purchase more type, and then we'll have a general Q&A. So allocation, so for those of you that don't know, this tool is used for wines that have low supply and high demand. So wines that are maybe a limited edition or a wine that doesn't have a lot of quantities available for purchase. So this allows you to sell your wines in an exclusive manner to specific customers that you can allocate based on tag, club, or even specific customers that you want to enter as well on their own. And this allows you to set a specific quantity that's available for these customers to purchase when they log into your website online. So in addition to the functionality to allocate specific quantities to your customers, they have the ability to also wish for more wine on top of the already allocated wines. So when they want more than that allocated quantity, they have the option to wish for more. We have two different types of wishes. We have the request to purchase more wish type, and we have the commitment to purchase more wish type. So first, the request to purchase more type is that customers can opt to purchase more if those wishes are granted by the admin team. And the commitment to purchase more is the customer is committing to purchase more when their wishes are granted on the site. So there's different verbiage that we use on V2 front end and V1 front end that will let your customers know that they're either committing to purchase more or that this is just simply a request. Awesome. So let's get right into the demo here. So when you're first setting up your allocations, you're going to navigate to the to the admin panel, then to the store, and then to the allocation section. So for today's purpose, we'll create one right from scratch together. So you'll go in and select Add Allocation. So for today, I'm going to select Spring Allocation. And this is a customer-facing title. Your customer will see that on your website, so make sure that this is something that you're okay with your customer seeing. In addition to the end date, this is something that your customers will see as well. They'll see the last day that they're available for purchase. Additionally, to note here, the start and end dates are the time frame in which your customers are able to purchase the wines that are allocated to them in this specific allocation. So anytime between April 8th and May 31st, my customers will be able to buy the wines that are specified in this allocation. On this step, you can also specify the wish type. And I'll get into what this looks like more on the customer front end as well. But for our first demo, we're going to select Request to Purchase More. Awesome. So on this step, you can add any of your products to the allocation. I'm going to go ahead and add the sample rosé, and I only want my customers to be able to purchase 2 of these wines. I'm going to add another wine. And just to show you guys that this functionality can be edited on this page as well, you can go ahead and edit the quantity here, in addition to editing the quantity when you're officially adding the wine. So for this one, the maximum quantity that I want my customers to be able to purchase is 4. So on this page, you can remove the wines that you have in your allocation, and this is a great way to set everything up, and you can add as many products in this section as you'd like. The minimum amount can also be set if you want your customers to have to purchase a certain amount before they can buy any. And I'll show you guys actually what that looks like as well. Awesome. So in this next step, you can specify who this allocation is going to be available to. So you can set it to a specific tag, a customer tag. You can set it to a specific club that you have available to you. I'll put one of them in here, for example, and then I'm also just going to add a specific customer because I have a test account ready for this customer. But if you had another customer, for example, who wasn't in a club or wasn't a part of a tag, you could add them here as well. Awesome. So once that part is created, your allocation is now set up and is ready to go. This is live on the site as of the date that you have set here as your start date once you've finalized the first 3 steps of the process. And I'll show you guys what this looks like on a test site now. So I'm already logged in as Jimmy, the customer that I specifically specified here. I can show you guys that. So Jimmy's here, Jimmy Neutron, and I'm logged in just as him now. So if I'm on the shop page, the wines that I've specifically allocated will appear like this. So you can see that this is the wine that I specified a minimum quantity. So that is the minimum amount that I can add to my cart. There's no option to add less. And the maximum allowed is exactly what I set up as well. So I can go ahead and add that to my cart. And as a customer, maybe that's just not enough. 4 is not enough. And I want to request additional. So as you can see on this specific product, you can see that it's the spring allocation, which is the title of the allocation that I created. And you see ending June 1st, which is the date right after the end date. And you can go ahead and request any additional amount. So maybe I want 6 more bottles. And here you can see the messaging is a product request. So the maximum allotment for this specific sample is 4. I can make a request to let the winery know that I wish to purchase more of this product. But this is not a guarantee for purchase, just a request. And you can see that specified in the button as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and check out with the wines that I'm able to purchase already within the allocation, just to show how this looks on the back end as well. Awesome. So when you navigate back to your allocation, you can view the customer's specific wishes by clicking into the customer profile here, or you can toggle over to the wishes tab and you can see all available wishes that have been submitted by your customers. So here you can see the 6 that I requested on the front end, and the status here is set as requested. So if you click into the individual customer wish, there's a lot of functionality here as well. So you can see the existing order that I've already placed within this allocation for Jimmy, and everything's listed here with the channel as web. But I do have the ability to also customize the maximum for a specific customer as well. So I just wanted to point this out while we're on this page. If you wanted to set a custom maximum for one specific customer, say someone has a great lifetime value order that they have at your winery, they spend a lot of money with you guys, you want to allow them to purchase more wine than the average customer, you can go ahead and specify that on this page. And in addition, you can grant wishes from this page as well. You do have the ability to bulk grant wishes, but I will go through that momentarily. So to grant an individual wish, you can go ahead and click the grant wish button. And maybe I only want to grant this customer 3 wishes. If you want the customer to receive an email that their wish has been granted and they can now choose to go purchase if they wish to, this box must be selected. If you don't want your customer to receive that email, but if they log in next time, they'll see that available for purchase for themselves, then you would unselect that box. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grant 3 of these wishes to this customer. And I'll show you guys what that looks like as an email as well. Sorry, just one moment. So you've been granted additional products in your allocation. So your request has been approved. You can now purchase additional products in your spring allocation. Make your purchase before the allocation ends on May 31st, 2022. Awesome. So now as a customer, I can go ahead, click this link to purchase those wines right now. And it's that easy for the request to purchase. Awesome. So from the performance tab, you have the ability to view the specific wines that are in the allocation. You have the inventory counts that are available for sale for your specific locations. And you can keep an eye on these as you're granting wishes to make sure that you're only granting the wishes that you're able to. And I also want to point out the functionality of bulk granting wishes for this wish type. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong page. But if you did want to export the orders associated with the allocations, go right ahead. But for the customers, if you wanted to bulk grant wishes, there's the option to grant wishes here. And you can specify a specific quantity. Maybe you only have 100 to grant. You can go ahead and do it that way. But it's important to note with the bulk granting functionality that these wishes will be granted in alphabetical order. So from top to bottom on your customers list. So if you have specific customers that you want to be able to have access to these wishes in this allocated wine, you're going to want to make sure you grant those wishes individually before your bulk granting wishes. Because if you have limited inventory at all, we actually recommend using the individual wish granting functionality. But if you have an abundance, go ahead and operate this way. And in the products tab here, you can see every single product that you have within your allocation, how many have been purchased, how many requested, and how many granted. And you can also grant from a product standpoint as well. Again, these will be allocated based on alphabetical order. So if you do have specific people that you want to receive these wishes, make sure you do that individually beforehand. Awesome. So I believe that is a good summation for, you can see also the list of customers, how many orders they've placed within the allocation, and if they've placed any wishes as well on this page. But this is a great description of the request for more. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this allocation just so I can show you guys what it looks like with the other wish type as well. Awesome. So we can go in and I'm going to name it the same thing. But I'm going to choose the commitment to purchase more wish type. Awesome. So I'm just going to select a club. And again, the same customer, Jimmy, so that I can show you guys. Awesome. And also I wanted to note, after the first wish has been made, the wish type cannot be changed. So if any wishes are made, that means that you cannot change the wish type. You'll have to create a new allocation if you wish to change the wish type. So I wanted to point that out where we're at this stage right now as well. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead back to Jimmy's profile and view this from the customer facing side of things. So I see here, I have the ability to purchase up to 4 of this bottle. I can go ahead and add that to my cart. But when I go to purchase additional, it's different verbiage even underneath the title of the allocation. So the other verbiage was request additional, and now it is purchase additional. And here it specifically says to your customer, if your request is approved and you are granted any additional products, a new order will be placed on your behalf. So when they're submitting these wishes, they're fully committing to an order. They know that their card will be charged, and they know that this is going to be an order that is placed on their behalf. So in this case, I want to confirm my purchase request of additional 2 wines. From here, I can go ahead and purchase my already allocated quantity. And then I'll just navigate back to the back end here. And you'll see as soon as the wish type has been, as soon as a wish has been presented by a customer, the wish type can no longer be changed. And you can see that here. So from the wishes tab, we see this customer has placed a wish for 2 additional wines. We'll go ahead and grant that customer these 2 wines. And from here, since we're in this wish type, we have the option to create the order for this specific grant. So that was not on the other wish type, as you're not able to create orders on the request for more wine, that wish type. So now you do have the option to create the order for the grant. So it generates a cart for the customer, and you can go ahead and charge and ship that order to the customer, or you can change the order for pickup as you wish. Awesome. And now in this section, we can see that there were 2 requested, 2 granted. We see the 2 orders. The order placed on our behalf through the inbound channel is marked that way, and the order placed by the customer is marked as the web channel. And in this wish type, you do have the functionality to bulk grant wishes and bulk create orders. But I really want to point out that if you're bulk creating orders, you cannot specify the orders to be picked up at your tasting room or at a specific location. So you're going to want to process all individual orders that will be set for pickup before you bulk create orders, because all orders that are bulk created will be shipped to the address on file, the default address, and will use the default credit card on file as well. So you want to be very cautious with the bulk features, just because there is such an extended functionality there. Sorry, just one moment. So again, if you're bulk creating orders, you want to make sure that any pickup orders have been processed before your bulk creating orders, because every bulk order will be shipped and will be using the default credit card on file. I just wanted to say that once more. Awesome. So you do have the option to export your wishes as well if you wanted to analyze those in a CSV, and granting wishes in a bulk fashion and with this wish type is the exact same as the other wish type. Here you can filter by any status that you'd like, any tag, and specific products. And there's a lot of functionality here that's able to go over. But I think that I'll end the demo here today at that level, just because we have gone over both wish types and I've explained the majority of the functionality here. But I'm more than happy to answer any specific questions or clarify any aspects of the functionality if anyone has any confusion regarding any of this. So please, if anyone would like to ask any questions, we're more than happy to answer any of those right now.
No questions in the chat so far, but feel free to add your questions in the chat or unmute yourself and say your questions out loud. First question. How do these wine allocations relate to Wine Club, either traditional or subscription?
So what do you mean by relate? Like, how do they influence or impact your Wine Club package or shipments?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so we actually, initially the club functionality was also included in our allocations, but the second day after we released, we noticed that this was causing an abundance of issues for you guys. So we reverted that code, and the allocations tools are now only applied on the POS, inbound, and web channels, with the option to override on the inbound and POS. So as an admin, you can go ahead and override that in those channels if you wish to, but it will not affect your club channel whatsoever.
That's right. So if you sell a bottle to an allocated bottle to a club member through a club package, it's not going to add to their allocation count.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is there a way to search products that are secured to an allocation?
Let's see. Like from the product page, are they asking?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
See, I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think if you do an export, it may be one of the columns on the export is allocated, but there isn't a way to search it directly in that section.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any changes or features coming to allocations that you can share? Yeah, I think you know we just released the allocations feature, and we're really open for feedback. I think that the tweaks and adjustments that we're going to be making is going to be based on customer feedback. This functionality was just released earlier this week, so yeah, I think we're in that stage of where we're iterating and improving the tools, but I don't think we have any like real planned functionality to add other than sort of reacting to what the customer feedback that we get this upcoming few weeks.
So please, if you find anything that could be improved, let us know. We're happy to take that into consideration.
For sure. So if a person is offered 2 bottles in their subscription club and 2 bottles in allocation, then they could purchase 2 bottles at the winery or web and 2 bottles every club shipment.
Yeah, so they would be able to purchase the 2 within their club shipment and then the 2 on the web. If they came in at the winery, then you would be able to override that allocation, but it wouldn't naturally block them.
How does the admin override work for allocated products?
Yeah, so you'll receive an error message that will say this product cannot be added to cart because it's part of an allocation or something along those lines. And then you'll have the option to override. It'll just say, would you like to override this option or this restriction? And then you just select yes, and it would be able to be added to cart on the POS or in the admin.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Just that order, Jessica. Yeah. So just the one that you're working on. It wouldn't make that the setting moving forward. Yeah.
Can any of the POS do the override, or just the higher level people?
I'm actually not sure about that, but I know that Andrea from the product team is on this call. So Andrea, would you care to touch on that? I know I'm calling you out on the spot. I apologize.
I'm actually not 100% sure either. I believe that it's an admin level, but would need to double check to confirm.
Okay, yeah, Betty, I'll follow up with you on that. No problem. 2-week email before an allocation goes live. Oh, sorry. So Laura's asking, is there any way to create a 2-week email before the allocation goes live, like with the club? So you could create a campaign to let your customers know about that, but we don't have any automated emails set up. So you could do that with either your MailChimp or your Klaviyo tools, or even the campaign tools within Commerce7, but nothing native within Commerce7 is automatic yet at this time. But if we get a lot of feedback that may be helpful, maybe that's something we will build. Yeah, no problem. Awesome. Good to know, Betty. We'll bring that up in our next internal meeting and we'll have a conversation about that for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Does anyone else have any questions? Any other questions that we can answer for you? Even anything unrelated to allocations? I don't see anything in the chat.
Yeah, the chat hasn't had any questions for a few minutes, so I think we're good.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys all for joining. And if you do have any additional questions, we're happy to answer through support@commerce7.com. We really appreciate that you guys took the time to be here today.
Thanks, everyone.
We're actually not doing a free training Friday next week because of Good Friday in Canada. It's a statutory holiday, but we will be picking it up the week following. And our topic will be on smart POS notices. So stay tuned for that. Awesome. Okay. Have a wonderful weekend, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.